So the last and the best part of the Bolognese sauce is I am cooking the ground pork first. We're gonna season it with salt and pepper, Italian seasoning, and then we're gonna make our sauce. So I'm gonna show you how I'm making the ground pork. So I never use any oil because the ground pork has its own oil already. So here we're going to add a little bit of salt to our ground pork. We're gonna add some black pepper, ground black pepper, to give it a little flavor. And I'm gonna do both the dry Italian seasoning and we're gonna do fresh as well. And we're going to add our minced Italian seasoning as well. And our vegetables that we mixed in the food processor. So we're gonna go ahead and just throw that in there. So remember, it consists of celery, carrots, and a sweet onion, and 3 cloves of garlic. Remember, you can add as much garlic as you want, depending on how much you like garlic. So what I'm gonna do first before I add my sauce is I'm gonna give it a stir. So here we have our ground pork with our spices, our veggies, and lastly, we're going to add our crushed tomatoes and our tomato sauces. Okay, we're gonna give it a stir. If you wanna zoom in here and look at what it looks like. So we're gonna let this cook for a good 2-3 hours. The longer you let it cook, the more flavor it gets. But one last thing that I mentioned before, I'm gonna go ahead and add a beef bouillon to give it that extra flavor. This is what a beef bouillon looks like. It's kind of like a broth. I'm gonna throw that in there. We're gonna give it a stir one more time. I'm going to keep the sauce cooking at about medium-high heat. We're gonna set the timer for 2 hours and we're gonna keep it covered. And that's the last part of the the pork bolognese. I will show you the end result.